What is freaking going on? Yes! All right, guys, I'm like super pumped, like 3 Red Bulls deep. That's why my Red Bull fridge is empty, because I fucking drank them all already. Now it's time for beer 30, of course. And everyone's gonna say, drinking your shitty beer, blah, 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 cry me a fucking river. I'm in a good mood tonight. You ain't gonna fucking ruin it for me. So, my ass has gotta, what am I doing? I'm walking away from the one thing I said I need to do. Right here. I need to finish doing this. So, I'm gonna put the turbo back together. I did get my new bearings right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw everything back together. Let me show you guys what I got. So I got the proper bearings here, new seals, new ring, O-ring to go around the outside of the turbo here, actually goes right there. And here's everything that's old and junk. So I'm gonna toss everything in. Probably not gonna do this step by step, just don't have the time. I got too many other things I gotta work on. I gotta finish working on the MR2 and I've got the Supra. If I could ever do this full time, I'd love to do like every little minute detail and record everything, just because I love watching those kind of videos, but to have the time to do that kind of stuff is like not possible. Unless you do YouTube full time, like I just don't have the time for that shit. I don't even have kids, and like I work a full-time job, and then between editing and recording this stuff, I don't know how people do it. I mean, now mine's a little bit different, that I drive an hour and a half each way for work. So like that eats up a lot of time, plus weekends, and I have a wife that I must spend time with because I love her to death, and this isn't worth separating my love life and someone I truly care about. YouTube's not that important. So let's go ahead and put the turbo back together, get this all done, and then I'm also going to work on the MR2 some more. I did get the radio for the car, but guess what? Doesn't do what I wanted it to do. After 4 hours of fucking with it, ended up being a bad ground. The ground that goes to the radio wouldn't work, so I grounded it off to the chassis myself, and I get everything running, and I'm playing the speakers, go to switch through Pandora radio, and it doesn't work. So I have to get a whole different model, do everything different. I'm gonna need to get another Sony. I have a Sony in the Supra, and I love it, the functionality. It's not the prettiest, but it's so much easier to use. They said they recommended the JVC, and it's junk. I've had an Alpine before, and I hated it. I'm definitely gonna get another Sony. I was trying to do something different, but you should know better, work with what you know, and it works well. So I'm gonna get another Sony. But back on subject, gonna go ahead and start throwing this back together here, and then work on something else with you guys here I wanna show you today. All right, guys, so I finished up the turbo here. I actually ended up doing it last night. I did change here because I got so drunk last night. My head hurts still from the Floyd Mayweather fight. But that is what it is. Yeah, so the turbo is all back together. Also, you just got to put in the front part of the housing here. But it's done. So either going to sell it or I'm going to raffle it off. And I already know what all y'all are thinking, raffle it off. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet, because the money would be kind of nice to help buy other car parts. But I don't know. We'll see. It's a 58 precision turbo. Brand new bearings are in it. Here's the old ones right here, which are chewed up to shit. The new ones are perfectly within spec. Put on new C-clips in it. Put a new thrust washer in it. I mean, everything's new. I put, a new seal around it here, because the old busted one. It has new everything. It's good to go. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it exactly. Y'all let me know. If anyone wants to buy it, hit me up, or if you guys wanna take a chance on a raffle. I don't know, let me know, let me see what you guys think. All right, guys. So we just had that last video. I talked about the Supra a little bit. Let's get in the car here and let's have a little bit of a discussion and go over what we had. I think it was 2 videos ago. All right, guys, we're back in the Supra again. I'm gonna go for a little drive here. Got my buddy Cody following me actually right now. I'm gonna go drive in town for once. We're actually going out to try and grab some pictures at this old place in town. I live in a little town of Waynesboro here, and there's a couple old buildings downtown he wants to grab some footage at. But I wanted to talk with y'all about this, the Supra. So I got a lot of hate for the last video. People did not want me to sell this thing. And let me explain why I'm contemplating it, or was contemplating, let me put it that way. I'm gonna keep the car, but I was looking at it because I was looking at the R35 as a new platform, something different. I've been doing this and driving this car and messing with this car I've owned it now for almost 7 years, and I'm just like, should I move on to something else, try something different, give you guys something different in general also. I thought you guys would be sick and tired of seeing this thing by now. I bought the MR2 as another thing for you guys to look at and, you know, grow with me along the way. I had no idea that y'all still like are just that that obsessed, I guess is the word I'm looking for, with this car and wanting to see more about this car. So I'm all for it. I'm all for keeping this and pushing this harder. There's some things, like I said, with my board, I'd like to go more with it. Big brake kit, new leather interior, just little odds and end things, nothing crazy. I guess the crazy part would be a new transmission. My R154 has been fantastic, but I'd like to go to something where I can use a full face clutch, single disc, not a twin disc. I was looking at a South Bend, I guess it was a stage 3 or stage 4 clutch they offer, and that's how they label them. They do it in stages, which is a little weird. They don't do it by clamping force. And I believe their stage 4 is good for 700 foot-pounds of torque. And I'm like, great, I can use a full-face clutch, 700 foot-pounds of torque on a single disc? Sign me up. Well, you can't do that with an R154. There's not enough faceplate there for the clamping force, and it just, I don't have it. Now, if I had a V160, yes, I would have been able to run a full-face clutch from South Bend with 0 issues. But the R154 has a smaller housing on it, and it doesn't allow for a big enough, I guess, plate or enough clamping force to hold down a single. I think the max torque rating they offer for the R154 is like 400 or 450 on a full face, which I make 550 foot-pounds right now. I'll roast that clutch within a month, so that just isn't something viable for me. You guys want to hear something cool? I love doing that. That never gets old. Just had to go get gas also. Man, that car bucked like a motherfucker there trying to take off. Good night. That was horrible. Oh, that's another thing I need to do with this car. I need to change the oil badly. I shouldn't say badly. I think I have 1,500 miles on this oil change, but as hard as I'm on it, it needs to be changed. I run Brad Penn synthetic oil. I'm not sure what y'all use. I know a lot of people like AMSoil, Motul, whatever. I mean, mine is Brad Penn. It's made here in Pennsylvania. Has a ton of zinc in it, helps coat the walls, blah, blah, blah. Great. I've used it, never had an issue. I know oil is always like the biggest debate ever, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that here today, too. But getting back on subject with the car, I guess I'll be keeping it, and I'll be doing a lot more with it. I do love the car. I want that to be clear. Like, I do love this car, but I love cars in general. So it's not just this car. I love any car. Like, working on a GTR or working on even a Civic, like a hatchback Civic to me, I think they're cool. People give them so much shit. I think Hondas are cool. It's kind of like people saying putting a K20 in MR2, which I will not do. It will not happen. That car is way too nice to have a K20 in it. If it was a junk, if it was a shit box, maybe MR2, if it was something like a non-turbo hardtop, that just the body was no good on or something, yeah, I'd throw a K20 in, just make it a race car. I mean, you could literally get an MR2 shell for free. I remember Ryan Patterson had 3 shells, legit shells, and he couldn't give them away. No one would even take them. He literally took them to a junkyard to scrap them because he couldn't give them away. So I don't understand. I mean, it's a great chassis. It's the most fun car. I mean, in all honesty, it's more fun to drive than this. Just because it's like a go-kart in my town. This car is awesome. It's way faster. But you need space to open it up. Where with that, I build full boost below 3,000 RPMs. With this, I don't build full boost to 4,500. And then when it does kick on, it's pretty harsh. It's always kicking on traction control. So it's definitely a totally different experience from that car. All right, back out here with my boy Cody right now. He is actually going to be getting some video of his WRX right now. This car is, what year is your WRX again? It's a 2015. He just picked this up not that long ago. It has NVIDIA exhaust on it. Pretty nice little car. It's so quiet though, so he wouldn't do a little bit of exhaust video. So we found this nice decrepit looking area to try and shoot a little exhaust video for his car. If you can tell, it is really, really, really quiet, but it's actually quite nice for the fact that we can take this thing on long hauls and it doesn't kill you on the highway. But if you rump on it, it actually sounds pretty decent. So let's try and get some exhaust noise here. But one other thing I wanted to work with you guys on is talking about the Supra and finish you off on this. The car's staying. I'm not going anywhere. The channel is going to keep pumping out content like this. Uh-oh. My car's spewing water. We got problems. Uh-oh, guys. Shit, Cody, look. I'm leaking fluid, dog. Serious. All right, never mind. Woo! Woo! Had a heart attack, boy. I overfilled my coolant tank and it must have expanded and it's pushing all the fluid out. I'm like, holy shit, hold this, dog, while I'm trying to get this. Oh my God, look at that motherfucker. Holy shit, boys and girls. Yeah, that motherfucker overfilled it and it's dumping fluid like a motherfucker. Scourge. I mean, as that's, once again, that's part of the game. So I need to put a bigger expansion tank in it, period. It just obviously didn't have enough fluid, so hey, it did its job and it's pushing it out. So it is what it is. So we'll take care of that here. And that's hot as shit right now, so I'm not touching fucking anything with that. I don't remember filling it up though. Go figure. I mean, obviously hot, cold, it sucks fluid in and out. But man, that's a shit ton of fluid it's pushing out right now. I thought for a while though, it was actually taking, well, I thought it was taking on more than it should be. I thought it actually had a blown head gasket, and I guess I was wrong this whole time. It's finally pushing it all out, going, hey, there's too much goddamn fluid in this car. So that's a good thing. But that's it, guys. Let's get more content for you with the Supra. I'll be doing some more updates here with the MR2. I think the MR2 has one small little issue I'll talk to you about in the next video. So thank you guys very much as usual. I'm going to go ahead and link Cody's stuff down here below. He does a bunch of stuff with his WRX. He's a big GM guy also, so I'll put his stuff down below for y'all. As usual, go check out my Instagram and social media pages. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.